I mean, they could invade me, but it looks okay. Actually, now that I think about it, he might try to steal it. Alright, we're good. I mean, it's not bad the path up this game. More importantly, it's just important to get a good leash. Gragas will probably 3 count into like a level 3 game. I don't have mid prowls. This is like a bad game for me, especially when they have strong lanes. And Gragas could influence topside before. I could affect it, but I think it's better for me to path up without mid priority. I could affect topside here, which is like my goal, as long as my Gwen doesn't die at this one time here. Gragas could be counter ganking now, is what I think. He's actually very screwed because the wave is kind of frozen for Renekton. And he has no flash now. So very bad for him. Here I can gank him again by just going around. But my Gwen is trolling. It's better to push now with the Renekton dead. And I can base now and go bot side. I don't care about my mid matchup because it's just much more important to win this top matchup. My bot looks pretty stable. Just have to hit a Q here. Oh, I messed up. Dude, I thought that would hit. Wow. Dude, how does a Gwen lose from the position I put my child in? I put her in the best position possible to win top, and she loses 1v1. That's crazy to me. It wasn't even like a failed tower dive. She just straight up lost. Like, what? You had Ignite on him. If you're winning 1v1, don't... Oh god. Do not rush defensive boots. Because your advantage is the fact that you're going to have higher damage. I lose crop, but I'm going to be 6 and can maybe make a play after. Okay. His Gragas is trying to counter gank, but he's not that guy. I'm like completely okay with farming here. I don't have trust in my... Like, I lost my trust in my Gwen. I don't think she knows how to play the matchup. So I'm just going to avoid her and then play ball lane so we can actually win. I think this ball lane is actually kind of competent. So I think I have a higher chance. You have to evaluate your teammates. You have to understand, like, when a teammate is a liability. Like, if someone doesn't know how to carry, I'm not going to divert any more, like, actual pressure. Like, someone who gives away their advantage so easily is not someone you want to invest in. You just let them lane by themselves and you just focus on where you can actually win. Like, if my ball lane was really bad too, then I probably would just go top lane, but I think my ball lane's actually not bad. They've been playing the 2v2 as well, which is good enough. All they really need to know how to do is fight. And then when I get there, we can actually kill them. How did that not reach? And there's no hair or Bard R. Usually I would probably greed for like a better play. I would greed for like a better option for my Herald, but because I'm against like a Bard champion, you have to use it whenever you see him press R, and then not worry about it. That's how we do it. I will kill the Jays. He has no flash. You just have to wait a bit. I don't like playing against Bard. Nor do I like looking at Bard. There's a lot of things I don't like, and Bard is 100% one of them. Here I have a wall angle. I can go here. Crawlers, W, auto E, one shot. Bard might try to run away. See if I can tag him. Misses. I play the fight slow. I wait for Gragas to see where he is. Looking for Gragas. Big boys over here. I'm gonna protect my Recon. I mean, the macro formula is like understanding positioning, numbers, tracking the other jungler. From the very beginning, the most important thing is knowing where the jungler starts. So I look for my laners. I look who actually on the enemy team is leashing by whoever is coming latest to their jungle camp. So once I know where he starts, I can calculate. All right, this guy's gonna do Red Krugs Raptors. Very common pathing. And then he's gonna path down, right? And that's like a very common thing occurred. And then what happens after? He has to go back to where he started. So his top side will respawn again. He's gonna be back top side. And I have options to either counter that play or just make my own play. I just kind of keep it in my mind. I just have to think about his options and my options. It's a party, eh? And then just from there on, you just have to track numbers. It's all about tracking numbers and then using your presence when it's correctly needed. I mean, Baron is the most important objective to get in solo queue. Baron is worth more than 1 inhib. It's even worth more than 2 inhibs. If you don't know how to pressure inhibs. And the point of a dragon, if you show up a minute early on dragon fights and you make a pick, the enemy team almost always will give up dragon first. So like, it's important to be there for objectives. I mean, a lot of you guys don't know how to path. You don't know how to think about the other jungler. And you don't know when it's good to farm in game. And generally, you don't know what to do on the map. Like, for you guys, in your mind, the things you don't see just don't exist. But for me, like, the things I don't see, I know exactly what they are. And I know what is happening in, like, all the fog of war here. Like, even the places like that show no vision. Like, I'm like visualizing like what is occurring in these areas. But you guys play as if what you don't see doesn't exist, which is not good. So yeah. Punch you. I've always gave tips on like tracking the other jungler is step 1 to keep yourself engaged in the game. And then even though you're not going to utilize the information well at the beginning, Just the fact that you're putting the effort into think about tracking is good.